Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam, and I finally watched Howl's Moving Castle. This was directed by Hayao Miyazaki. By now I'm sure we all know who he is. And the English-speaking cast includes Emily Mortimer, Christian Bale, Lauren Bacall, Gene Simmons, and Billy Crystal, among others. And this is based on the novel of the same name. It tells the story of a young girl named Sophie, voiced by Mortimer, who's a pretty normal girl. She has a job, she has a family, life is good, right? Well, on one particular night, she is cursed by the Wicked Witch of the Waste, voiced by Lauren Bacall. And in a millisecond, she goes from a normal girl to a 90-year-old woman, in like that. She eventually encounters Howl, voiced by Christian Bale, and the two embark to break their own curses together. And along the way, the two encounter a little boy who can turn himself into a Gandalf-style magician, but smaller, a fire demon named Califer, voiced by Billy Crystal, and a scarecrow with the head of a turnip. So yeah, pretty blasé stuff from Studio Ghibli. In my research, I found that Howl's Moving Castle is Hayao Miyazaki's pride and joy. Out of all the movies that he was involved with, this is said to be his very favorite. Miyazaki made this for a couple of different reasons. One, he wanted to make a movie that conveyed the message that life is indeed worth living, no matter how hard it may seem. And number two, he wanted to make it in direct response to the U.S. invading Iraq during the whole War on Terror thing, which, to make a long story short, Miyazaki was not a fan of. As a matter of fact, I believe it was one of his long-term producers who was quoted as saying that Miyazaki had a great deal of rage over the affair. If you've seen more than one of Miyazaki's movies, then you'll definitely pick up that he has more than a few themes involving anti-war, so that's really nothing new here, but it's more than pronounced in Howl's Moving Castle. While Sophie and Howl are off doing their thing, it's all centered around a war between, two warring kingdoms. And, nobody is a fan of it. Is this my favorite Ghibli movie? I'm not sure. There's a lot of stuff about this movie that I'm not really sure how to feel about. I think I have to think this over. But in a good sense, this movie didn't turn me off or anything. What I'm saying is that I like the intent, I like what they were trying to do, I just need to give this some time to marinate and try and understand what the movie was trying to pull off so I can truly appreciate it. I hope that makes sense, at least. This is a Studio Ghibli movie, so of course the animation is beautiful. And this being a Miyazaki movie, it is a beautiful mixture of 20th century architecture with just beautiful digitally animated landscapes. I love the detail that's put into, Howl's Moving Castle, for lack of a better word. It looks awkward, it looks very just put together. It doesn't look seamless. It has personality. I like that. I like the spirit of that. One of my favorite early scenes in the movie is when Sophie gets into the castle for the first time, and you see that the castle is pretty much a mess. There are books everywhere, tables and chairs are just... It's just a beautiful disaster. Other than Kiki's Delivery Service, I think this may be one of the more beautiful movies that Miyazaki has had a hand in. And that's saying quite a bit. This also has to have one of my favorite casts of any Ghibli movie. Emily Mortimer's really good. Christian Bale is surprisingly great as Howl. When I first heard his voice, I was thinking to myself, I know that voice. Who is it? And then my mind was like, oh my god, that's Christian Bale. Considering the fact that this movie came out a year before Batman Begins, it is conceivable that Christian Bale may have been recording his dialogue for this and shooting Batman Begins at the same time. Just imagine him going from one set where he's like, I am the knight, and talking the really gravelly voice, to this very whimsical kind of voice for Howl. That man has range, what can I say? Gene Simmons from Guys and Dolls, among other things, is great as Grandma Sophie. Lauren Bacall is deliciously vicious as the Wicked Witch of the Waste. Like, Lauren Bacall is just super underrated. Like, watch any of her movies, like Key Largo, just, like, watch any of her stuff. She is just luminous. But oddly enough, the standout for me was Billy Crystal as Califer. At first, when I heard, like, Billy Crystal's voice coming out of that little fireball, I liked it, but I wasn't sure how to think about it, because even though I liked it, I was thinking to myself, surely this must have been like a real divisive casting choice. But then I DM'd my friend Sean over at the Lost in the Real channel. You'll probably know him from my Spirited Away video that I did with him. Go watch that. I asked his opinion of Califer, and he seemed to dig him, so I don't know, maybe he's more beloved than I thought. But Billy Crystal is awesome in the movie, and he provided some of my biggest laughs. Like, he's Billy Crystal, so of course he's going to be really funny. But as I said earlier, I get what the movie was trying to go for in terms of themes, but I'm not sure what this movie is about from a plot standpoint. I think at times it's a little confused. I was thinking to myself, wait, is the Wicked Witch of the Waste truly the villain, or is she like a tweener? I'm not sure. There's some things with Howl's heart that I wasn't really sure about. Maybe I just missed something. I really don't know. I have a feeling that this movie is going to be kind of one of those marinate type movies where after you watch it, you have to think it over a little. And with that in mind, well, I'm more than willing to do that. And at the end of the day, I'm not sure if this is in my favorite Ghibli movies. However, I think just based on the voice cast and the animation alone, I think it's definitely in my top 5. Especially for the food, because wow, bacon and eggs has never looked better. That is all for me. Thank you so much as always for watching. Next Sunday is going to be a big video essay on one of my favorite, if not my favorite, found footage movies. It is 2012's Chronicle. I think this movie has gone completely under the radar, and I feel like talking about it. So that'll be next Sunday. But if you like this video, please be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below, and if you like this video and you want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button and click the bell to allow notifications. I just hit 160 subscribers, thank you all so very much, and I am on the road to 200 subscribers, so if you like this video and you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe, it really does help the channel. My name is Ryan Cam, I'll see you in the next one.